Hi, my name is Jose. Welcome to Central Park. I work for the Central Park Conservancy. We take care of the park and keep it clean and green all year round. We know that you might not be able to get to Central Park right now, so we're going to bring the park to you through short discovery activities that you can do at home. In each video, we'll ask ourselves a question. Today's question is, what's buried underneath Central Park? In this video, we'll learn about a long-lost neighborhood called Seneca Village. We'll also do some archaeological work and examine artifacts from about 170 years ago. This video will only be about 5 minutes long, but hopefully I can inspire you to come visit and do your own exploration. So we're going to explore this area right here, towards the west side of the park, just steps away from the Great Lawn. Today, it's a very scenic part of Central Park. It has playgrounds, a roadway for cycling, and lots of open space for relaxation. But it used to be a very different place back in the 1800s. So what exactly was Seneca Village? Well, it was a former community of people that used to be located right here in this very area. Central Park itself was built up starting in the 1850s. But before that, almost 2,000 people lived scattered throughout this land. They lived in wooden houses such as the one we're looking at right now. So no tall apartment buildings or anything like that anywhere. Remember, back then, New York City wasn't as built up as it is today. The area was mostly rocky and it had a lot of swamps. This is a map of Seneca Village. It was a very small community of only about 250 people. Most of the residents were African Americans, and many owned their land, which was quite unusual in New York City at the time. The rest of the villagers were immigrants from places like Ireland and Germany. About 10 years ago, a group of researchers organized an archaeological excavation that dug up the remains of one of the houses in Seneca Village. They found a lot of interesting artifacts from this house, which was owned by an African-American man named William Wilson. Here in this image, you can see the outline of Mr. Wilson's house. This is one of the artifacts that was found at the site. It may not look like much to us now, but this was a very significant find. It used to be a shoe. It's pretty small, so it probably belonged to a child. Other items that were found include a toothbrush, pencils, and a tea kettle. Let's take a close look at other objects that were found. Another item that the researchers dug up was a Chinese porcelain jar. This jar that we're looking at isn't the same one that was found at the site, but it does give you an idea of the same type of luxuries that some of the residents of Seneca Village had in their possession. This means that while they weren't exactly rich, they did have money to buy fancy things like this jar imported from far away. Now, which one of these artifacts found in Seneca Village do you think used to be a porcelain jar from China? If you said E, then you're correct. While we may not know for sure exactly what the actual porcelain jar looked like, we can guess that the Wilson family enjoyed having things like this around their house. Now here's another item. What we're looking at is a ceramic pitcher that was manufactured in Pennsylvania right around the same time that Seneca Village was in existence. You could use it for storing all types of liquids. It's very similar to one of our artifacts. Which of these items do you think used to be a pitcher at the Wilson household? The correct answer is C. You might have looked at the handle and tried to piece it together. That's what archaeologists do as well. They look for clues that let them know what a particular artifact might have once been. It's kind of like solving a puzzle. Now, here's one last item for you to look at. This is a glass bottle that was pretty common in people's houses in the 1800s. Mr. Wilson probably kept at least one of these in his house. So which one of these artifacts may have once been part of a glass bottle like the one we just saw? If you said F, then you got it right. This is the base of the glass bottle. Give yourself a round of applause if you got all 3 items right. As we've seen, Central Park is packed full of hidden secrets. Who would have thought that there was once a whole village buried underneath its playgrounds and walking paths? Thanks for watching and participating in our discovery activity. You can also find other fun activities on our website, including word scrambles and coloring pages. Just visit centralparknyc.org/mycentralpark. And from all of us here at the Central Park Conservancy, stay safe and be well.